Sleep is calling me. It's like, yo, Lit, where you at? I gotta get to sleep, man, but I thought I got some major work coming up. It would be fair to look into some of the questions that Ron asked me to put out for him. So, RonM, I appreciate you, man. Political direction, South Africa, you know, where we're going, trajectory, you know. I don't want to speak too much into things and sound deep than I should be, but to simplify it, it's uncertain. Why is it uncertain? There are just too many parties. So the self-gain, you know, everybody's waking up and, you know, you put them in front of this screen here. They've got a lot to say and how incompetent the next person is. So looking at all the different parties, these different parties have got different agendas, and I think from what I'm seeing, these different agendas have got nothing to do with you or me, hence the general public. So from what I also understand, I mean, is the setup of politics addresses politics, not really like people's problems. So yeah, it's uncertain, man. Yeah, too many parties, self-gain, too many issues due to difference in be it race, be it culture, be it languages, you know, be it ethnicities, however you want to put it. That drives us forward and backwards, because right now, like, the current tensions is mostly on the migrants, undocumented illegals, right? But anytime it can flip to another race and just touch up on, so people are hurt on so many different types of factors of, they can just touch up on anything, like some of the elders were talking about. I think that was the former president, yeah, was speaking about something like there's a major issue, it's almost like the ticking time bomb, you know, but we don't want it to get there, because however things explode, we as a people suffer. So politics, if it fails or if it wins, we hope it wins, because then if it wins, then it will take accountability. It will start to use the funds that it gets to actually address the growth of poor people and address all people's problems. So, same for Zimbabwe. You know, you can say Zimbabwe went there, but the reason why Zimbabwe did not directly, you know, fall apart, why it's even still being spoken about, is because we don't have as many differences in races and thinking in how we want things to move forward. I think it's only as of late with the introduction of, say, Triple C onto the picture, whereby mostly it was MDC ZANU, but people on the streets normally, they just have this day to day, and then one day they just go after the government, but they don't go after themselves. So then politics there still has a chance to talk to people, and people just talk to it, whether it will work or not. It still reaches, but here we're finding an issue of politics is not about to reach no one no more. And you can say even in Zim, the only reason why they're listening to Triple C is because they think it will change something. But Triple C gets into power, it's politics, you know. So the racial groups will make it a bit of an issue, because the party wants that based on beliefs, the party wants that based on beliefs. But you see, in a good state, that all shouldn't matter with a good leadership. But where is that good leadership, right? That's the question. So simplifying it, political direction is a bit dire, you know. And you asked me something about the borders. Borders are key. And key to not only African but also international, you know, acts of terrorism. Fake passports and identity can lead to lack of identity and more issues for us Africans to know who's really an African, because anyone can have a fake passport and tell you I'm an African, I'm from Egypt, I'm from Tunisia, when they're not from those places. You know, so at the end of the day, it's very important for us to have borders. These borders, people should migrate or visit with proper funds, documents, and to communicate. Because I mean, traveling just with the hope, and you know, nowadays things have changed. You know, the world is now mobile. So traveling without proper money, you know, people get stuck out here. So also for hospitals, security identifications, belongings and movements, reasons for travels, it's important to understand who's moving where and stuff. You know, as you just mentioned, terrorism, human trafficking and more. So borders should be there, but we should unite Africa and strengthen the borders for us not to make it difficult, you know, for our people. Because I think these borders are more difficult for our people to move on them. But other states of wealth, they move on our borders quite easily. So that will have to change, you know, the stereotypes of Africans not taking one another seriously. That's, I think, one of the reasons why then people will start to jump the border, and, you know, they're not always jumping due to the fact that they want to jump. It's sometimes based on some of them can't even get stamped. Some of them have to go into their countries and wait for months and stuff like that. So I think in Africa, I mean, certain places can just come here and get a stamp. Well, but I think that will be the SADC. But apart from that, I mean, but as I said, I mean, for example, when I go to, when I went to Europe, or when I normally go there, you know, if you see that, I mean, we from the SADC region and the guys from the West sometimes, we don't understand each other at all. So, I mean, then to just start moving people without a proper dialogue of who's who, that can also cause tensions in these languages, I mean, when they don't correlate. So, borders are important, and just to say, hi, my name is, I'm gonna go and see that and that and that. So making it easy, at least for us to travel, is the key. Stabilizing Africa, you know, it will be one of those things that are actually quite important. And the next question, I'll touch it up with the next one. So the next one is, should South Africa suffer the same fate? And Zim takes blame. Does Zim take any blame in any of this, you know? And then I will also want to finalize with foreign investments, because foreign investments is it's the reason why some people are even having food. You know, there's even that 350 rand grant. So yeah, I'll come up with that. That's